The Outsider.
Sir Amazing.
And this is our pre-show, so we're gonna shoot a quick little topic about what's been going on here at the Shift, which is a lot. Just mad things going on. We're doing a lot of networking. We're bringing a lot of people together. A lot of people have been interacting. People are tuning in. We have a lot going on with people we have on the show. We continue to work with them. So, for example, Sunny Blue, when she brought in the food, she did the catering for us the one time.
I did a nutritionist episode.
Yeah. I ended up doing photos with her. She let me try all the foods I took photos of. It was amazing.
Amazing.
Right. And then who else? G-Primacy.
Yes. So boom. So as you all know, we've been working with Neo Groove. You know, I'm actually a part of Neo Groove myself, and part of that influence and introducing them to a lot of variety artists. We actually yesterday was a great show. G-Primacy, who, like I said, you know, he's a great example of what the Shift is all about as far as following your dreams. He and Neo Groove put a show at what was it, Nietzsche's or Allen?
Nietzsche's on Allen Street. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it was his album release. So
Resurgence.
He released.
How could this be?
G-Primacy is one of my old roommates. So you know, I've been seeing him do this music thing for a long time. Even before we were roommates, I was onto his music. So, and I know that he's always wanted to work with the band. You know, and so him coming on the show, him having a great show, and then Neo Groove coming onto the show, and like, yeah, it was
everything is connected, yo.
Cause I don't know exactly how that came about. Like, I was just doing my own thing. Next thing I know, you're saying that G-Primacy and Neo Groove are performing together. I'm like, hold on.
So this how, you know, what inspired the Shift is the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Yep.
Right? One of the statements in there is Maktub. And it's just literally the breaking down of the process of everything being connected on that journey. And when you put your energy towards the right thing, that energy reflects itself back. So when you look at Neo Groove and you look at G-Primacy, the timeline of those connections, Neo Groove starting back in April. You know what I mean? And then by May, we are, you know, in position to perform with G-Primacy, who's somebody we wanted to have on the show because he's a prime example of somebody who's been out here hustling, grinding, like you said.
Right.
Who's really fulfilling his dream and climbing up that ladder. So the connection to Neo Groove is fire and versatile. Neo Groove is about 8 deep, 10 deep. You can do any type of genre from anywhere from gospel to some hardcore hip hop. So, you know, thankful to the Shift, thankful that everything is going so well, and that's really what caused it. It's just about connecting people, and like I said, this energy can only be passed on. That positive energy has just been flowing and growing, so that's how we got everything cooked up. We got a dope artist you familiar with,
Yes, Devin, hip hop artist, lyricist, songwriter.
Dope.
Just and
talented.
Sing vocalist is the term I'm looking for. She mixes it up very well. She's very versatile.
Yeah,
I love her work, and she's been grinding, and everything's coming out well for her. And she'll be performing with Neo Groove. What's going on, everybody? This is ATO, Ace the Outsider. You're watching The Shift. So I am here with a fantastic artist, a good friend of mine, Devin. Dev11n. It's not Dev11n, which I do like that name though, but it's Devin.
It's just Devin.
Where? How you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
Oh, great. Excellent. So Devin's gonna also be performing later, so you get to see all of her wonderful talent. So just to talk about her a little bit, you have a few projects out, right? You got the 11th Hour and One?
Yes.
Right. So there's a lot of One concepts being thrown around. So what is the semblance between 1 and 11?
Well, the whole numerology aspect that I incorporate into my artistry stems from the number 11. And what the number 11 basically means is it represents the potential to reach your fullest form. So merging every aspect of yourself to be your best self. And so by incorporating that into my name, it just reminds me that spiritually, mentally, professionally, creatively, I strive to reach my fullest potential in everything that I do.
Right. Right. What's the name of the show? The Shift, right? All right, so you're in the right place. So,
yes.
I like that you incorporate like numerology and things like that, and your music often ties in a bunch of different elements, both internally, externally, like what's going on in the environment and what's going on in people's world, what's going on in your personal world. So I like that you mix that up. Yeah. So tell us about those projects and kind of how they came into fruition and what they're doing for you now, because that's been a few years.
When I first started doing music, I wasn't rapping, I was singing. And I didn't really think too highly of myself or my skills. And so I was really shy, really self-conscious. but it was like 2013.
Right.
I was going through a really, just a time of change. I call it a character-defining moment in my life because it felt like everything was falling apart, but now I can look and see that was really me becoming a new person, being reborn through all of that turmoil and craziness. But it was during that time that I started to write all of my feelings down. And I think that it wasn't even like that I was writing poetry or trying to make it artistic. I was just literally writing out my thoughts just to get them out of my mind. And then after I was, making a habit of it on a daily and weekly basis, I was like, well, why don't I try to make this fly since I'm really doing it so often?
Right.
And that was kind of how I started writing the bars. And because there was so much pain that I was expressing, it was coming off aggressive and it was coming off with this, it was giving me a sense of strength and fearlessness to kind of hide behind. And so I started rapping and I shared it with a couple people and they were messing with it. So that led to the 11th Hour, which is the first project. Those songs on there were the first songs I had ever written. Mind of a Mad Woman, I Feel It, Well, and Better Days. Those were literally songs I wrote about what I was going through. And so from there, I got the response that was so positive and so supportive that I went on and I did another project. And at that point, it was really just a chance for me to take it a step further from just bleeding all of my emotions into tracks and more so telling a story. So one was like my introduction as an artist. It was more songs, it was more diverse in terms of the kind of songs. And it wasn't just about me, it was more so my perception of the whole world and how I relate to it. So as I look back on those first two projects, I'm really proud of them. I'm really grateful that I was brave enough to just do it. But I'm looking forward to switching it up and doing different things and doing different styles because it's a lot more to talk about than just myself.
Absolutely. And like for artists who are as authentic as you, there takes a certain balance that you have to have between trying to get what people want and then what you also want to put out there. Mm-hmm. So how do you kind of find that balance between those two aspects?
I try my best to not care about what anybody else is doing or saying unless it's somehow related to my goals.
Right.
I truly, like even down to social media, I don't believe that you just have to follow everybody that follows you. Because I really believe that you have to be mindful of what you consume and who you interact with and what you expose yourself to. So as it relates to music or my life, I don't just share my energy willy-nilly. I'm very selective on what I expose myself to, who I spend my time with, and what I engage with. And so as I create artistic things, whether it's music or anything else, I try to keep that same energy, as people say. I keep that same mindset because I don't want no distractions. And so in order to eliminate or keep those away, I try to just stay focused on what I'm doing.
Cool. Is there any new aspects that you want to bring on to your next project? Anything like that you haven't explored yet that you want to try? Like is there a certain sound you want to try? Do you want to have like a certain instrumental in the back or samples? Anything new you want to try?
Yeah, in fact, that's what I'm most excited about in terms of my new music because I think that the first two projects and everything that I've done since then, all the things, the interviews I've done and the persona that I've began to create around myself as an artist, people think of me as very serious. Oh, she's so deep. She's got it all figured out. And it's just like there's that particular point in my life, those first two projects, like I said, that was a dark time. The reason that music came to be was because I had nothing else to do with all those thoughts and all those feelings, and so I put it into those two projects. But I'm not at that point in my life anymore. I'm not sad, I'm not depressed, I'm not scared. And so the new music will be a total rebirth in terms of the energy behind it. Of course, sonically, it's gonna relate to the energy. So it's gonna be a lot brighter, a lot happier, a lot more fun.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Looking forward to that. Just when you get on stage, and I see like that you can tap into that pain, but then when it's time to have fun, you know how
nobody wants to be depressed. If you are, you have to address that, but you should strive to move past that. And so that's where I'm at in my life now, moving past all those dark times and all. Because when we're young, we're like, oh, I've been through so much. But then when you get older, you realize like, okay, but that shaped me to be this fly person I am today, and you own that a little bit more. So that's where I'm at.
Absolutely. So with those new projects coming up, of course, you're going to deliver to the audience, to your crowds, to your fan base. So, and obviously you might have to take some inspiration from other artists because being able to sing and rap at the same time, there's a certain way you have to approach, I guess, performing. So do you look to anybody for inspiration, or better yet, let's do this. What are your top 5 concerts that you want to go to, or top 5 acts you want to see live in person?
That I want to see?
Right. Not even necessarily at a concert, but just like any type of setting.
Who do I want to see? I want to see Jean Grey. I don't know that she'll ever perform her music, but I would love to see her in anything that she does. I would love to go to a Beyonce concert, because after I saw the Coachella, I was like, yo, I've been asleep. I've been asleep. Right? Like she's one of the most influential artists of my generation and in my own life, but at the same time, I'm not like a stan, so I'm not dropping $100 to go see her. But now that I see why people are willing to drop that money, I'm like, I need to get out before she's not in her prime. Like, who else? Nichelle and Dayo Cello. I saw her in New Orleans. I would love to see her again, because it was like, I actually took this whole trip down to New Orleans just to see her perform, and she did like 2 songs. Oh. So I definitely want to see her.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with her.
What'd you say?
What type of music does she do? I'm not familiar with.
You don't know who Nichelle? Okay, so it's like...
She's about to put me on, y'all.
It's like everything.
Yeah.
She plays bass, and I believe like pretty much every other instrument. She's inspired by Prince, so just, I mean, come on. All right, got you. And I guess just to throw some other people out there, I'd love to see Janelle Monáe. And I'd also like to see this new artist on TV named Sir.
Okay, yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah, that's a nice list. Yeah. That's a nice list. And I think I would see Devin under one of those names.
I mean, let's
not headlining, you know what I'm saying?
Put it in the universe.
Put it in there. So guys, you got the quick introduction to Devin. She has a project coming out soon in the future. Look forward to it. But check out the 11th Hour and 1. Are they available anywhere online, or are you going to still work on
Yes, everything's available at Dev11n.com, and that'll give you the links to everything else.
That's Dev11n.com. Word, check that out. She's about to perform for us. Can't wait to get that started. But let's make some magic. All right, this is The Shift, everybody. Stay tuned. I'm Ace the Outsider. Let's get it. Shift up. What's going on, everybody? ATO Ace the Outsider here. We're back at The Shift. Devin's about to rip the show with Neo Groove. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Listen, man, I've been waiting for this moment all day. I know we had a lot of conversations, but I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready to see them rock the stage.
Yeah. Well, without further ado, Devin and Neo Groove.
Thank you. Check.
Brick walls and dirt floors, prison
and guards with no cause, round of applause. The evil scheming, money streaming, see no beaming lights. The cameras flashing, chasing cash, but cannot read or write. But I be ill and always willing to extend. Sacrifice so many nights, praying for days when dreams begin. I count me in, been born to win, will never fail again. Unveil the trigger, mental sicker than your favorite killers. Rocking like I'm raking, figure shocking like I'm raping. Through creating scriptures, always cool the name the day the game was given. Language shifting, money getting soul intact, never seen slipping. Dipping while on the mission, I'm spitting. You catch a drift in a minute, you're blessed and gifted. I'm wishing you feel me vivid. Living like motion pictures, no script when spirits go missing. Won't listen to holy Christians, listen before they witness. Paralyzed by paradise, submitting, lose ammunition. I'm spitting, but can you feel it? Most will conceal it. I'm dropping dimes and laying lines, so not obliged to pay it ties. I bless the drop to multiply. Don't stand aside, be scared to fight. They wanna see us falling. That's why I keep my head up high like the wind blows. Only you. What's on my brain? I can tell them in the game now. What's on my brain? I can tell them in the game now. What's on my brain? I can tell them in the game now. Working with the same crown that they took from another. Want the same things, but we still don't want each other. What's up in the minds? What's up in the times? What's up? What's up upside down? Somehow I know we've got to come around, 'cause better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better days are coming for you and me. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Oh, oh. I roll it tight for all the ones who never seen it like me. I roll it tight for all the ones who never seen it like me. For all the ones who never seen it like me. Oh, I roll it. Oh, I roll it. Oh, I roll it. One more time, one more time. I roll it tight for all the ones who never seen it like me. I roll it tight for all the ones who never seen it like me. Oh, I roll it tight for all the ones who never seen it like me.
Also, as y'all know, we do a t-shirt giveaway every episode, so we want to invite the t-shirt giveaway so everybody see. Hold your shirts up. All right, Devin.
Yeah, check that out. Check that out.
That's
fine.
I want a t-shirt. Ain't nobody tell me.
For the kids, for the kids, for the youth, for the teenagers. But look, we want to especially thank everybody because this is the last episode of season 1.
Check.
We want to thank everybody who's come out, all our guests.
Yeah.
All the people working the live audience. We want to shout out to everybody from the crew. It's called the Shifted Crew for a reason. We want to thank Neo Crew for holding us down. Neo Crew been holding it down for us. We want to thank everybody at the Apollo Media Center, all the higher ups, all the mentors, everybody that's helped out, everybody that's come through the studio, giving us advice and helping us build what we're building. Y'all stay tuned because we're about to bring to you something really special very soon. Ace, what else you got to say?
Man, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching, everybody who's been sharing our episodes, everybody watching the live feeds. Those been a lot, hanging in there with us, seeing our progression, seeing everything that we have to offer. And we have so much more on the way that I'm just grateful and excited for it. So, as always, guys, shift up, keep shifting up, y'all, keep shifting up. Your group play us out.
Excuse me, can I bust the freestyler say thank you in advance?
In advance for giving us a chance to take a stance and enhance all the surroundings, the things we just trying to improve, inspire, educate, motivate, be great. Every day we in the state that we gotta change. If you know the range, like a rover, cause it's over ever since we started. My flow is getting lost, cause I feel like I'm a boss, like I'm Rick Ross. Man, this was just a toss off the top of my brain to let y'all know that we felt a lot, the pain, and we trying to bring change to the game, switching up the lane like insanity has been wild. The vanity in the city keep haunting us. We trying to improve like Neo Groove. Thank you for coming through. Thank you to Devin. Thank you to my homie Ace. Thank you to Renato. Thank you to David Blackburn. Thank you to all our photographers. My homie P came through showing love. But thank you to the young team that came through as well. And I apologize for all the times I was late. We seem to always demonstrate and stay past the time that we plan, but it's part of God's plan. And I put my hands together and raise a prayer. Thank you to the players. Hey yo, we all players. We'll talk everybody again as we close out, man. Season 1 is complete. We got a lot of things coming, and thank you everybody. I'm sorry, amazing. Shift up. That's it. Thank you, fellas. Let's go.